Hey team. So here we are in the land of the distributive property, right? So you're familiar with the distributive property where you take a bigger number and in different ways, right? You break it down into some smaller, um, kind of more manageable chunks. So we're going to kind of build on that concept of this distributive property. Um, and what you're going to maybe notice here, what is that letters have been put into our math equation. Equation, right, being a word meaning that whatever happens on this side of an equal sign has to be the same exact value with a different look as what's on this side of the equation. So an equation simply means that this is the same value as this, different than perhaps an expression. So here we have an equation, an equal sign. So we know that we want to use the distributive property to help us kind of simplify each of these problems. And somehow we're going to end up with this solution here. So as we look, what we notice is that we're going to distribute this 2 to everything inside the parentheses. So we're going to take our 2 and we're going to do this operation, multiplication, and we're going to multiply 2 times a. So 2 times a is saying that we get 2 a's. A is what we call a variable. A variable is just kind of a fancy math term for a mystery, right? So we don't necessarily know what A is worth. It could be worth 7, it could be worth 12, it could be worth 7 million, right? A is just saying it can be anything. Okay. But right now we're just going to call it an a mystery. Okay. So we have two of those. We have two A's, right? Because we've taken one A and we've multiplied it by 2. So then we're going to say, okay, well, we've taken 2 times A. Now we're going to distribute out this 2 and say, ooh, I'm also going to do 2 times 4. So over here, I'm going to have 2 times 4. And what I have used is 2 times A and 2 times 4. So this little addition sign right here is something I haven't used yet. So I'm going to drop it down. Boop, boop. And this essentially could still be inside a parenthesis. And this could, if you wanted it to be inside a parenthesis, saying I turned that into a 2a plus a 2 times 4. So now I could say, oh, well, is there any more simplifying to do? 2a. There's no more simplifying here. It's already in its most simplified form. 2 times 4. Yeah, I can simplify that by solving that and calling it 8. So I'm not going to call it 2 times 4 anymore. I'm now just going to call it 8. I'm going to drop down everything I haven't yet used. 2a plus 8. And this, my friends, is our simplified, boom, 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 form of 2 times a plus 4 using the distributive property. So we started knowing that this was going to be our answer. We worked the problem and can see why. So your mission here is to do the same thing on each of the following equations here. And you'll notice perhaps that you really want to check the operation. So sometimes you might be dividing, sometimes you might be multiplying. Woo! And inside the parentheses, you want to check to see if you're subtracting or if you're adding.